So Sutra 77. Rāmat Sarveshwari Tu Harigotram Vina. So we are doing Vishnu Jana Sandhi, and this is the Dvitva section where we are dealing with the reduplications. So Sutra 77 says a Vishnu Jana that comes after Rama can optionally be reduplicated when a Vishnu Jana follows. So two parts, 77a, it says that if we have Rama followed by a Vishnu Jana and then another Vishnu Jana following it, then the first Vishnu Jana is reduplicated. Yes, the first Vishnu Jana is reduplicated. For example, Karshnyam, right? Karshnyam. So here we have this Rama followed by a Vishnu Jana and then another Vishnu Jana following it. Thus, the first Vishnu Jana is duplicated, so it becomes this Karshnyam. Generally, this is not practiced nowadays, especially by beginning, but still it is a rule. So Karshnyam. So this is optional. So optional rule. So both the forms are there. Either we do it or we don't do it. So this is the first part of the sutra, and the second part of the sutra says Rama Sarveshwari Tu Harigotram Vina. Now if we have Rama followed by a Vishnu Jana a Vishnu Jana except for excluding Harigotras. What are Harigotras?
Shashasaha Harigotrani.
Yeah, Shashasaha Harigotrani. So if we have Rama followed by Vishnu Jana excluding Harigotras, and then the Vishnu Janas are followed by Sarveshwaras, any of them, then that Vishnu Jana is optionally reduplicated. Yes, optionally reduplicated. So Vikalpena Dvitvam Bhavishyati Bhavati Va. So for example, Gosvāmī gives example of this Harināmāmṛta. So here we have Rama followed by a Vishnu Jana, which is not a Harigotra, and then a Sarveshwara. So this Rama is optionally reduplicated. So like that, Harināmāmṛta. Again, this sutra is not practiced much, especially in BBT, but still the sutra is there. So optionality is there.
This sutra is, we often see that in the Sanskrit dictionaries.
Yes. Yes.
Karma, K-A-R-R-M. Karma.
So that would be the first one. So that would go here. So karma is like, karma. In the previous writings, you will see it.
Yeah, I've noticed in all of our Acharya's writings in Bengali, they always do this rule here.
Yes.
But I've never seen this Karshnam, but like when they write Govardhan or Kirtan or any words like that, then it's always double.
So Govardhana.
Parama, wouldn't it come 77B?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay,
and I've actually never seen 77A, but I've always seen 77B.
Yeah, right. So would be second one. Sarveshwari, right. And then Govardhana, so Govardhana would also go there. So Govardhana. So here when we reduplicated, then Vishnu Dāsa Vishnu Vedanta Hari Ghoshi Hari Veda. So Govardhana.
Govardhan.
So like that. Many of them. So that was Raramat Sarveshwari tu Harigotram Vina. Right. Okay. An example for when Harigotra is there. So let's consider like Paramarshaha. So here we have Rarama followed by a Harigotra, a Vishnu Jana, which is a Harigotra, and then a Sarveshwara. So we don't reduplicate here because it's prohibited, excluding Harigotras. So no reduplication here. Then the next sutra says, yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, in that sutra definition, Vishnu Jani, Vishnu Jano, the previous 77.
Right.
What does that mean? Vishnu
Jana,
Jana,
Vishnu Jano means it's given in the translation that Raramat after Rarama, Vishnu Jana means when the Paranimitta is Vishnu Jana, Vishnu Jano Va. So this is one, yes, one, Karya Sthan. Yeah, Prathama to Karya. What was that shloka? Karya Vachya. Anyhow, so this Rarama is Purvanimitta, this Vishnu Jana is the Paranimitta, and this is the Karya Sthana. Yes, Karya Sthana. So when we have a Vishnu Jana after a Rarama and another Vishnu Jana following, then Vikalpena, optionally, this Vishnu Jana is reduplicated. So in the next chapter, at the beginning, we'll learn, actually, Jīva Gosvāmī gives a way of understanding the sutras just by reading the sutras. So that's like one of the first things in the next chapter. He gives that trick. So we'll learn that there. So Matsarta Prabhu says that Indian scholars tend to regularly exercise the option of reduplication, whereas Western scholars tend to reject it since it can make the original word difficult to recognize. However, the reduplication reflects the pronunciation because in usage, when R is the first phoneme in a conjunct consonant, the stress of the pronunciation is laid on the phoneme afterwards. So basically, it's more to do with the pronunciation, and the modern Sanskritists, they don't really like it. This reduplication, Rarama Sarveshwari Harigotram. Not like it, but don't prefer it. Just to make things simple. And I believe this is the last sutra for this Vishnu Jana Sandhi. In the Govardhan example. So, yes, in the Govardhan example, did we use Yadava Matre Harikamanam? No, we used Vishnu Dāsa Vishnu Vedanta Hari Ghoshi Hari Gada. But actually, that's the second part of Vishnu Dasa Vishnu Vedante Hari Ghoshicha Harikatha, which we have not done yet. So for the time being, we just understand that we just make that DH into D, the. So that second part will cover ahead. Okay. 78th Sutra says, Vishnu Janat Vishnu Dasasya Darshanam Savarge Vishnu Dasa. A Vishnu Dasa, what is Vishnu Dasa?
Tayatadvarjita Vishnu Dasa.
Tayatadvarjita Vishnu Dasa. So a Vishnu Dasa that comes after Vishnu Jana optionally disappears when a Vishnu Dasa of the same Varga follows. So the sutra is saying, if we have a Vishnu Jana which is followed by a Vishnu Dasa and which is further followed by Savarga Vishnu Dasa. Savarga means of the same Varga, like Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha. So Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, they are Savargiya. So Savarga Vishnu Dasa. So in such situation, this first Vishnu Dasa gets deleted. Lopaha bhavishyati. For example, Bhagavan and let's say Churaha. We have this combination here. Bhagavan Churaha. So first of all, we have this Nya, which is a Vishnu Jana. And then we have Vishnu Dasa, which is Charama. And then following Charama is Charama, which is a Savarga Vishnu Dasa, because Cha also belongs to Chavarga. So in such situation, we delete, I think it's optionally. Yeah. So we optionally delete this Charama. So we get Bhagavan Churaha, and one time without deletion. Bhagavan Churaha. Yeah, so Bhagavan Churaha and Bhagavan Churaha. So this was actually that one, that example. So this was originally Bhagavan Yukta Churaha, if you remember. Then which sutra did we apply here? No, actually no, because Tata.
Oh, sorry. Jajanya Sharamishu Nyaramaha.
Yeah, Jajanya Sharamishu Nyaramaha. So Na became Nya. So Bhagavan and Shura. And then we applied which one? No, Tashtashi. No.
She
Chantova.
Yeah, She Chantova, right. She Chantova. So that meant that we had one form, Bhagavan. So we added Cha with Nya, and it was Bhagavan Shuraha. And then we applied Tataha Shashchova. So this is one form. Another form would be Bhagavan Churaha. Sha became Charama. And then at this place, we apply the 78th rule. So that's optional. So one time Bhagavan Churaha and another time we delete that Charama. So Bhagavan and Churaha. So 4 forms.
Even there also say Chantova. There also another option is also.
What is that?
Say Chantova.
Yeah, so for that, The optional form is this one.
Right. Okay.
One time with Charama and another time without Char. So that's done by Jajagnesha Ramasham, that one. So 4 forms here. So that was Sutra 78. And yes, here the second part, which is the Vishnu Jana Sandhi, gets completed. Yes. Any question till here?
So many steps.
Yes. In this one, yes. Okay, just so we have done it here now. You can also try it once more. This the same Sandhi, so that the sutra and the applications become easy. So just try this again by yourselves and doing all the 4 forms. So please, you can do it now. Yes.
So there, the Tata Sashava is only after the Yadava, right?
Tata means Vishnu Dasat.
Not Yadava, Yadava Matre Hari Kamalam, then Tata Sashava.
But why Yadav Matre? Like, why should we bring it in?
Because that is the previous sutra to Tata Sashava.
No, but Tata, if you read in commentaries also, they say Tata means Vishnu Dasat. Pare.
So we are still carrying the Vishnu Dasa, Vishnu Padante, Hari Kochit.
Yes.
I see.
Like even in Hari Venu, Yadav Matre, Hari Kamalam, we are carrying that Vishnu Dasat.
So Yadav Matre Hari Kamalam, so that Matre is stopping the Yadav from being carried over.
It's like Vishnu Dasat Pare Yadav Matre Sati. You know, Vishnu Dasat Pare Yadav Matre Sati. Then Hari Kamalam. Vishnu Dasa Hari Kamalam Bhavishyati. Like that.
Oh, Pare Sati. I see. Yadav
Yes,
Pare Sati.
Pare Sati. So Pare is like Paranimitta, we can say.
Makes sense, bro. Paranimitta is changed by Sha, and Puranimitta still says the same. Vishnu Dasa.
Yes. So Jajhangya Sharama Shunyarama Sutra is applied here. Shichantava is also applied. Tata Shashtava. And then 78 Sutra. Vishnu Janad, Vishnu Dasasya, Darshanam Savarga Vishnu Dasa. So 4 sutras are applied.
This is regarding.
Yeah, please.
It's regarding 76, Prabhuji.
Okay.
So when we say Vamana na dvi sarveshware, so then an example is given where this is not applied, the reduplication is not applied, and that is Bhagavan Yukta Iha.
Right.
So there I'm still not able to understand, because Bhagavan ends in a halanta na followed with a sarveshwara, followed by a sarveshwara.
But that na halanta na is preceded by Trivikrama Akshara, so that's stopping it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Prabhuji. So it should be Vamanath. Okay.
Yes, Vamanath means only
basic.
Vamanath.
Correct. Basic. Sorry, Prabhuji. I shouldn't ask that question.
No issue. Okay, so that's done. Then the third section is Vishnu Sarga Sandhi, and I really like Vishnu Sarga Sandhi. It's small, but it's very tricky and sweet, I would say. So Vishnu Sarga Sandhi, the third one. Sutra 79 says, Chachayo Sharamaha Tathayo. Okay, so in Sanskrit, like the shlokas and whatever we read or hear, there's a lot of usage of Vishnu Sargas in Sanskrit. So naturally, there is a lot of Sandhi, Vishnu Sarga Sandhi employed as well. And we get to see these Vishnu Sarga Sandhis everywhere, like very frequent. So here we are. Chachayo Sharamaha Tathayo Sharamaha Tathayo Saramaha. Vishnu Sarga becomes Sharama when Cha or Charama follows. Ityadi, I'll just show you there on the board. Sutra 79. 79a. If we have a Vishnu Sarga followed by either Cha or Charamas, then then Vishnu Sarga changes to, it becomes Talavyasha. For example, Krishna Yukta Charati. Krishna Yukta Charati. So a Vishnu Sarga followed by Charama, so that Vishnu Sarga becomes Sha. So Krishnash Charati. You can also think of some examples. Krishnash Charati. Let's say then Jīva Gosvāmī gives another example. Krishna Chādayati. So here it becomes Krishnash Chādayati. We can say, like, you might have heard word like Kaśchana. So that is Kaha Yukta Chana. So it becomes Kaśchana. Even Kaśchit, so that's Kaha Yukta Chit. So that becomes Kaśchit.
Prabhuji, similarly, Hari Gada, Hari Ghosha, Hari Venu, Hari Mitrani, Hascha Gopalaha.
Right, Hascha Gopala. Right. Haha Yukta Cha becomes Hascha Gopala.
And Tashcha She.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So Taha Yukta Tascha. So Taha Yukta Cha becomes Tascha. Like that.
Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha.
Tarubhyascha, right? Tarubhya Yukta Cha. Tarubhyash. And many more. So that was the first one. Who gave the Hascha? I think
Yeah, Amarendra.
Amarendra, yeah. I was going to say Arvindra. So, yes. Tarubhyascha. Okay. So that was first part of the sutra. The second part, 79b. If we have Vishnu Sarga followed by either Tarama or Dharama, then the Vishnu Sarga becomes Sh, the cerebral or Murdhanya Sh, Sharama. For example, Jīva Gosvāmī gives example. Krishna Yukta tikate. Sorry. Krishna yukta tikate. It becomes Krishnash and tikate. Yeah, Krishnash tikate. Then another example he gives is Kaha Harināmāmṛta. So it becomes Kash Harināmāmṛta. Kash Harināmāmṛta. Ityadi. Then,
so Prabhuji, in the words dharma swanusthita, is that a usage or is that a word? Anusthita.
Actually, that is Anusthita is Anu Purvak Sthita.
It is a prefix, right, Prabhuji?
Yeah, it's a prefix plus the that dhatu, which is joined with the kridanta pratyaya. So basically, yeah, stha. So sthita is a noun kridanta. So that's a different.
Okay.
Then the last part of this sutra is a Vishnu Sarga followed by Ta or Tharama. So Vishnu Sarga becomes Dantyasa, the dental sa. For example, Krishna Tarati. Krishna Tarati becomes Krishna's Tarati. Then Krishna Thut Karoti. Thut Karoti, spitting. So becomes Krishna's Thut Karoti. Any other examples for this?
What about Namaste?
Yeah, very good example. So Namaha Yuktate becomes Namaste. Yeah, so Namaste. Yes. Any other examples?
Similarly, Namastubhyam, Prabhuji.
Yes, Namastubhyam, same way. So yes. Okay. So that was the 79th Sutra. Then I will do one more. 80th. Adaram Gopalayor Ur Nityam. A Vishnu Sarga that comes after Arama, this is just Vamana Arama, always becomes Urama when Arama or a Gopala follows. So this sutra is saying, if there is a Vishnu Sarga preceded by Arama and followed by either Arama, Vamana or any of the Gopala. What are the Gopalas?
Harigada, Harigosha, Harivenu, Harimitrani, Gopala.
Yes. So Harigada, Harigosha, Harivenu, Harimitrani, Hashtra Gopala. So in that case, what happens? The Vishnu Sarga becomes Urama. So, for example, Krishna Yukta Atra. So here we have a Vishnu Sarga preceded by a Rama, and then this Vishnu Sarga is followed by another a Rama. So as per this sutra, this Vishnu Sarga changes to U Rama. So thus we get Krishna, and I'll keep write it like this, and then Atra. So so what happens? Okay, let me not put this plus sign.
H. It should be H, right, Prabhuji? Krishna plus Vishnu Sarga, then it that becomes U, right?
The Vishnu Sarga becomes U. So yeah, we get U, and then we apply Udvay O, because now we have A and U next to it. Udvay O. So this becomes O. The next step is Udvay O. So we get O here. So we get Krishna Yukta Atra. And then we apply with Sandhi here. Sarveshwara Sandhi. Eobhyam asya haro Vishnu. Yes. So Krishna, and we delete that A, and we get this Krishnatra. In this way. Yes. Please try to do this one. Let me just write it. The Vaishnava version. Yeah, please try to.
That's a hilarious one.
So, yeah, please try to decline this one in the similar way. Yeah, that's also there. Krishna's too. Yeah. So this would be dasaha yukta aham. So the Vishnu Sarga will first change to U, and then Udvay O. So daso yukta aham, and then eobhyam asya haro Vishnu padante. So dasoham.
Buji?
Yes, Madhuri?
Maybe this was very simple and everybody else got it, but I just wanted to say I wrote it in the chat box but didn't hit send because I was feeling shy, but I actually got it right, so I'm feeling very happy right now.
Okay. So yeah, so Mataji also gave that example, Krishna's tu. So that is also right. Krishna yukta tu. So Krishna's tu, Bhagavan's answer. Krishna's tu. Right. So dasoham. So this was when a Rama is following. Let's do one example when a Gopala is following. So let's say Saha dāsa. Saha yukta dāsa. So again we have a Vishnu Sarga preceded by a Rama and then a Gopala following. Is the Rama Gopala? Yes, yes it is. So Vishnu Sarga changes to U again and then Udvai O. So it becomes so and then dāsa. Just this much only. So dāsa. So dāsa. Actually, ideally.
What about manobhishta? Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry?
No, I was asking, what about manobhishta?
Manobhishta? Just coming to that point, just coming. So,
oh, sorry.
Ideally, I should not be taking this example because this 2 sutras ahead will be studying something different than this. Esha Saparo Vishnu Jani. So, we don't consider this example. Let's take some other example.
Ramaha Gacchati.
Yeah, Ramaha Gacchati, a simple one. So, Ramaha Gacchati. So, Ga is a Gopala, Vishnu Sarga preceded by a Rama. So, Vishnu Sarga changes to U, like, and then Udvai O. So, Ramo Gacchati. And any more examples for this when a Gopala is following? Like we can say this, like we have heard the word adhogati or adhogamana. So that is adhaha yukta gati. So same thing here. This Vishnu Sarga becomes U and then Udvai O. Because Ga is a Gopala, so we get adhogati. And then Prabhuji said manobhishtam. So manaha yukta abhishtam. So manaha Vishnu Sarga preceded by a Rama followed by another a. So it changes to U and then Udvai O and Eobhyamasya Vishnu Padante. So we get manobhishtam.
Ishvaroham aham bhogi siddhoham ballavan sukhi.
Right. Ishvaraha yukt aham turns into the final product is Ishvaro Ishvaro. Shreyaha anupashyami. Right. Shreyaha anupashyami. Shreyo anupashyami.
Shreyo anupashyami.
This is on Bhagavad Gita, right? Arjuna speaking. Naham Shreyo anupashyami. Right. So Shreyaha anupashyami. So same thing here. U Adarama Gopali Nityam Udvai O and Eobhyamasya Hara Vishnu Padante. So Shreyo anupashyami. Shreyo anupashyami. And like
Sarva papebhyo mokshishyami.
Sarva papebhyo mokshishyami. So papebhyaha. Okay, it's sarva papebhyo. So sarva papebhyaha and moksha yishyami. Moksha yishyami. So Ma is a Gopala, Harivenu, and Vishnu Sarga preceded by A. So this changes to U and Udvai O. So Sarva Papebhyo Moksha Yishyami. Very common Sandhi. So likewise. Okay, I'll just give few examples for you as homework here, and then we'll resume tomorrow. So you can write them down. So most probably we'll be finishing this tomorrow, this whole Sandhi chapter, which means on Tuesday we'll conduct one fill in the blanks. I mean, a test. So would be great. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo. Yes, we can say that. So let's put that in example here.
Prabhu, Sarpaha Yukta, what, Prabhuji?
No, just Sarpaha.
Okay.
Okay, so 15 sandhis.
Probably, will you be adding this to the homework classroom
assignment?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. I'll do.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, and from last time, like our last class, you gave homework at the end. Was I supposed to send that in to, like, in
Means
Google Classroom?
if it was here and if I didn't like posted it on Google Classroom, then it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'll post this one there so you can do it and submit it there also.
The previous one, should I just send to you like directly then? Like
yeah, you can. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, yes.
Okay.
So I'll put this on Google Classroom, and tomorrow I think just 3 or 4 sutras only remaining for Vishnu Sargasandhi. So we'll most probably complete tomorrow. Yes. Okay, so we'll resume tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.